It's Mr. Clayface back, and I got some really cool news for you. This is something I've been pushing for the longest, and I felt like it was more appropriate to, include this video under the Why Not Now series instead of just a, standalone thing. This is something that I've always wanted to see come to life, and even though it's in its early stages, okay, scratch that. There's no artwork yet, and I'm in the process of that. I've just been all over the place and haven't really been able to give this my undivided attention. School, work, trying to make music, so it's like you can only do so many things at once. And I'm really, really satisfied with what I have up here. This is kind of like the brainstorming process of how the first comic book is going to be, and the title for it is Before the Madness, right? Kind of gives you an idea of before Mr. Clayface became Mr. Clayface. Things built up, and it got to a point eventually where you reach a breaking point, and then things shift, either on the positive side, the negative side, or maybe both. So yeah, this is part of the 3 comic book series, or I guess what I'm trying to say is there will be 3 comic books in this series, titled Mr. Clayface's origin story. So first part being Before the Madness, and then let me see what else I have. Okay. Where Am I for the second one, and Awakening the Dawn for the last comic book in the series, titled Mr. Clayface Origins. So got the first one kind of nailed, and now I just need to figure out how am I going to fit this, maybe on 2 sheets of paper, 3 sheets of paper. I haven't really decided how long I want the first comic book to be, but roughly maybe 3 to 5 pages, right? Just like a smooth introduction to the events that occurred prior to the life-changing hit-and-run accident that brought forth a new identity, and how I've been able to build up on that identity since then. So yeah, got the first one as far as the storyline complete. I could read it right now. Let me see. Okay, cool. So it goes like this, right? So the title of the comic is Before the Madness, and this is part of the series Mr. Clayface's origin story. So yeah, this is how it starts. Born and raised in Dallas, Texas, was a man that was adventure-seeking, misunderstood, creative, lonely, rebellious, depressed, and different to say the least. For countless years, his sanity would not be held, but rather preferred to engage in destructive behaviors like partaking in the use of drugs and being violent towards his mother and others. The older he became, the more it would appear to be obvious that his family would grow in hopelessness and become frustrated over his actions. Despite the emotional warfare taking place within, the battle with his mother was just as brutal. One day, things changed for him, his mother, his family, and others. It was only then that everyone's world would shake and crumble. His mom got the phone call of a lifetime, and what seemed to be the end for this man actually turned out to be the start to a whole new identity for him. Little did he know that this life-changing experience would mold him into becoming the man that God desired him to be. Behold, his name is and it ends just like that. So it's going to be based on this, the first comic book in the series, and I'm gonna really put this together, and I want to really get this done as soon as possible, bring it to life, and start something cool for the Lord's glory. So yep, that's all I gotta say. This is another episode of the Why Not Now series, because why not now? You're just coming up with excuses when you know there's things to get done. You keep stalling it, just like I was, with this. And sometimes you just gotta stop everything you're doing and just get it done. Get it out the way. And now that I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is really becoming closer to reality than just a dream, this really puts a big smile on my face, and I'm just really happy that I'm starting to really get the wheels going. This year was a very rough start for me, but I'm not gonna let problems get the best of me. I'm gonna keep moving forward, keep my head up, and make Mr. Clayface a reality, and hope that people can be inspired by what I say. And stay tuned for more Mr. Clayface.